Hello, ICC friends. It's your girl Zaviera, and I am here for an impromptu Sunday evening chat. So much has been going on over the last 24 hours. It would behoove me not to come on and chat with you all about some of these stories that have popped off on social media over the last 24 hours. All right, so I guess next we're going to go ahead and get into this Future situation. So Future might be a dad again. He might be. A young lady, I guess she's a model maybe, and or dancer. I'm not familiar with her, so I tried to see what I could figure out and what I could find, but it was a little cloudy as to exactly what she does for a living. I do know that she is in Miami. And this young lady, she goes by the name of Eliza Rain, and she's a beautiful Haitian girl. And the only reason why I'm mentioning that she's Haitian is because in her bio, she says she's a Haitian queen. So being Haitian is very important to her. So I want to make sure that I go ahead and give her that credit that she wants. So she took to social media last night and basically wrote an Instagram dissertation about the fact that she is now allegedly pregnant with Future's sixth child. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. She is pregnant allegedly with Future's sixth child. So she starts off by saying, I mulled over this. You know, it was one of those, y'all, I come to you today to tell y'all something that's going on in my life, and this is very difficult for me, but I'm going to do my best to see if I can go ahead and make it through and tell you what's going on in my life. So basically, sis says that she's been having a relationship not a relationship. She's been dealing, because, dealing can be in a number of things. You can deal on your back, or you could deal up, upright. You could deal in a number of different ways, but she's been dealing with Future for on and off for 2.5 years, maybe. Okay. So she said she was dealing with Future. She said before she goes too deep, she is no angel. She also said she takes responsibility for knowing what type of man Future is and his history with women, his track record with baby mamas and so on and so forth and all that other stuff. So she laid it all out on the carpet, basically saying, don't come to me with some I told you so's, because I already know. But she was very, she wasn't abrasive or defensive. She was just like, look, I know, but I did it anyway. And just a few points that I want to point out, because she wrote a lot. And if you would like to read it, it's on icecreamconvos.com. But a few things that she said really stood out to me. One was that she knew what type of man Future was, but she dealt with him anyway. So a part of me, the logical part of me, can be like, sis, come on, sis. Like, come on, girl, But the other part of me, the one that doesn't have any logical or critical thinking, the one who just acts off of my nether region, I'm like, sis, I think Future is sexy. I'm gonna say sexy because you don't have to necessarily be attractive to be sexy, but I think that Future has unique facial, like he has a unique bone structure that makes him attractive but sexy in a weird way. But because I know what he's about, one kind of cancels the other out, if that makes sense. But anyway, if I knew nothing about Future and I just saw him walking around with his blonde dreadlocks and his drippy gold and his clothes and his killer smile, I would be like, he looks interesting. But I know better, right? Okay. Cook said it's the locks. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I could see how someone who wouldn't know better could get caught up. But at this point in the year of our Lord 2018, we know exactly what we're dealing with when we deal with Future. Can we all touch and agree? We know exactly what Future is about. We already know what we're getting into. We already know what we're dealing with in the year of our Lord 2018. So sis, all of the woe is me and, oh, I should have known better and all that other stuff. Sis, you can keep that stuff. Like, just save that for another day for someone who doesn't know better. Okay, so with that being said, she says she knows all about Future. She knows what he's all about. But my second point, because I don't even know if I made my first point because I got a little sidetracked by his locks and the way he looks. But my second point is, she said that Future does not like to wear condoms. Even if I thought about, in another life, right? In another life, when I'm single and I'm young and my stomach's still flat and my butt still rise up, right? In another life, if I was about that life and I had the opportunity to bust it wide open for Future, the minute he told me I don't like to wear condoms, I would have told him, well, I don't like diseases and I don't like to have unexpected children. So we're going to have to meet somewhere in the middle. Either you wear a condom or we just going to finish Netflixing and chilling. Or it's like, really? He don't like to wear condoms. I don't like STDs. So what are we going to do? Dude already got 5 baby mamas in the clutch. He already got a starting 5. So why would you feel comfortable? Now that's just the starting 5. Those are the clubs that he shot up. We're not even talking about the people who he missed the target and still had unprotected sex with. Like, what, sis? Okay, and she goes, thank God, thank God all of the times that we had unprotected sex, I'm okay. Now, don't be thanking God for that foolishness. Because my grandma said, God take care of babies and fools. She not a baby, so apparently she a fool and God looked out. But don't give God credit for your dumb decisions and he allowed you to slip through the cracks. Don't give God credit for that. Don't give God credit. Listen, keep my Jesus out of that foolishness. But with that being said, okay, so now you said you already knew he dogged women. Because she said, I already knew his history with women, but he's always been an upstanding man with me. Upstanding. Okay. Now, see, there's a lot of words that I would use to describe Future. Upstanding is not in my top 33. Not upstanding. I mean, you could say sexy, fine, rapper, ashy voice, tall, tattoos, jewelry, melanated, rich, wealthy, promiscuous, risky. He's a risk taker. Anytime you don't wear condoms, you are a risk taker. A number of things I could think to call Future, but upstanding just not in my top 33. And I don't know why I picked 33, but 33 is what we're going to go with. Okay, so anyway, she said, but he was upstanding. So he dogs women, but he was always upstanding to her. He doesn't like to wear condoms. So she says that once she found out she was pregnant. Oh, baby maker. Thank you, baby maker. Man, Cook coming through with everything for me tonight. So baby maker. And then she said once she found out she was pregnant, she told Future, I'm pregnant. So guess what had happened was when we didn't use the condom and we kept having sex unprotected. Yeah, I'm pregnant. So she said Future was like, he ain't trip. He was like, okay, all right, okay. So we just gonna go ahead and get this abortion real quick. And all of this is allegedly, right? Yeah, Derek shared. He is community. Future is community. He's for the community, especially when it comes lover of vaginas. So anyway, I'm going to stop looking at these comments because y'all sidetracking me. All right. So he was like, okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and get this abortion. I'm going to slide you the money and, we're going to go ahead and move forward and, we'll be all right. Cool. No worries. Slick talk. And she was like, okay. So she kept dragging her feet on it. So Future checked back in like, what's good with that abortion we talked about the other day? You made that appointment yet? So she was like, he started getting aggressive. you need to go ahead and make this appointment, because I don't love you and you don't love me. So we ain't bringing no babies into this world. So you just need to go ahead and schedule this abortion and go ahead and take care of this business. So she was like, oh. So she said he got a little more aggressive. So she went ahead and scheduled the appointment. But then sis says after she scheduled the appointment, she had a consultation with her doctor. And her doctor said, Eliza, you're in your 30s, babe. And you're already a high-risk pregnancy. If you go ahead and if you terminate this pregnancy, an abortion could lessen your chances of ever being able to have a child again. And she said, you know what, doc? You is right. Oh, I can't get an abortion. I gotta go and secure this bag. So she canceled her appointment. At that point, Future allegedly loses his shit. He's like, look here, bitch, I told you I don't want no baby. I told you, we ain't doing this, that, the third. They got into a heated argument. He said some ignorant things. She clapped back and said whatever she had to say and banged on him and hung up on him. And then she said he commenced to allegedly sending her threatening messages, text messages. So he started texting her threatening her via text. Then she says that things escalated to the point of people on his team reaching out to her and basically telling her, look here, bitch, Future ain't having no more babies with you or nobody else. So you might as well go ahead and handle this business because he don't want you. He not going to be no baby father to you. You're not securing the Future bag. You're not doing none of that. So just go ahead and take care of that business and get that abortion like he told you to, because we're not playing with you. We're not playing with you. So she said she started feeling fearful for her life. Well, things escalated to the point of her getting word in the street that Future allegedly put a bounty on her head. And now she says that she is in fear for her life, that she is getting phone calls saying, yeah, Future got people looking for the pregnant girl in Miami. She says she's quit her job. I'm not sure exactly where she was working, but she says she's quit her job and she really, really loved that job. And she quit her job because she don't feel safe going to work. Because everybody knows when it's time to run down on somebody, you just go to their job because we all got to work. And so she quit her job. But she's hanging on to this baby. She quit her job because she is scared for her life. She said, what kind of man would wish death on his unborn child? And she said, yes, he got 5 baby mamas, but is he okay with killing the 6th? Don't this sound like something on the ID channel? Coming up at 8. Atlanta rapper. Future not out here allegedly trying to Ray Caruth this child. Oh, Lord. This is not good. This is not good. Now, with that being said, she said that she's going public with this pregnancy in the event that she should reach her demise at an untimely schedule. Because she wants all of us to know what happened to her, that she was pregnant and Future allegedly put them folks on her. Now, do I believe her? It's not. I believe he probably said something crazy to her. I'm not going to lie, but I believe he probably said something crazy to her. And I probably believe that he had some other people say something crazy to her. But wow, that's a lot to digest there, friends. That's a lot to digest. But guess what? Whether her life is threatened or not, she is hanging on to that fetus and that bag because she is looking to secure that bag. But I just need her. Can we use this as a teaching moment? Can we use this as a moment for all of the young women out there? Because I consider myself an old head now. And I'm just old head in the sense of, I was raised by my great grandmom. I got old school ways of thinking, things that are offensive to me. Y'all be like, yes, bitch, yes. And I'll be like, no, bitch, no. I consider myself an old head in this year of millennials, right? In this world of millennials. But Can this be a teaching lesson to these young girls out here who busting it wide open with no condoms in hopes of securing some monetary semen? Can we just go ahead and can we just use this as a learning lesson? Listen, these dudes out here, listen, now sis got a body now. She got a body on her, because I had to even crop this picture because she had her nipples all in the picture. I had to crop it. I said, Lord, I can't put the nipples on Ice Cream Convos. She got a body. Okay, so she got a body. Now, I'm guessing that it was purchased, but that's still none of my business. If she got the receipts for it, it's hers. But with that being said, a lot of times these girls go buy these Build-A-Bear bodies. And these dudes only want to take the stuffing out of your bear. They don't want the bear. They just want the stuffing out of the bear. And now you sitting up slumped over because all your stuffing is out and all the dudes and rappers and stuff running around with all the different stuffings. But then you mess around and end up with something inside your Build-A-Bear, and they just want to go ahead and chop your head off. Like, y'all, listen, stop putting your lives at risk. Stop putting your health at risk. Stop putting just your existence at risk trying to get a baby bag. And I don't mean like the kind that got diapers in it. I'm talking about a baby that secured a bag for you so you no longer have to work. Just, y'all, come on, man. Y'all got to do better. And it's so sad that this is the way of thinking for young girls, because they've seen so many women do it and make a lifestyle out of it. They just make a lifestyle. I mean, listen, my son is 26 years old. He has shown me text messages, and he's doing very well for himself. I'm very proud of him. But he's shown me text messages of girls saying, I just feel like I want to have a baby with you. Word? And I'm like, is this what we just doing now? Because they feel like if they have a baby with him, then they have secured a check. What happened to like being, I don't know, it make my head hurt. Hold on, I gotta gather my thoughts. Like, what happened to aspiring to be like a Michelle Obama out here? Y'all trying to be Black Chinas, and I'm trying to inspire y'all to be Michelle Obamas. Even Black China's plan fell through. Rob Kardashian talking about he broke. He trying to get a child support reduction. He done sold his company to his mama so that he could say he broke. But you know, anytime your mama got something, then you know, but it's whatever. She tried to secure a bag, but now she secured a headache, and now she claims she's scared. But here's my thing. You go to social media and tell us that Future allegedly put a bounty on your head. Did you tell the police? Did you tell a detective? Did you press 9-1 and hold the phone in case Future show up? Like, I mean, I appreciate you sharing your plight with us, I guess, for us to gather on this blessed Sunday evening to share our thoughts about it. But how am I supposed to help you if they run down on you in Miami? I mean, I could write a RIP post. I don't know. But what I'm saying is you might want to contact someone's authorities if you truly, honestly feel your life is in danger. But here's the crazy part. So when I went back today, because I saw the post last night, and I was like, should I tell my ICC friends about this? Because I usually don't dig into this type of stuff. You know, every so often one of these stories will come along and I'll share it. But this is not where Ice Cream Convo sits and lives in this scandalous type of stuff, right? So last night I looked at it and I was like, nah. And I just bypassed it and kept on playing Uno with my baby and my husband. And then this morning I saw it again and I was like, So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell my ICC friends. I go to get the post. The post done been reported and snatched down. Either Future or somebody on his team allegedly had the whole thing snatched down. So I'm like, So with that being said, I don't know. I hope that he was just trying to scare her, maybe, into aborting this child. But at the end of the day, just let this be a lesson. Stop trying to lock folks down. But at the same time, I'm not putting this all on her. Future, as a grown man, has a responsibility to keep his semen to himself if he don't want to make children. There are a number of ways to do that. In future, if you don't like to wear condoms and you just want to go ahead and spread whatever it is that you got between your legs with other people, then there are options. Get a vasectomy if you don't want to make more babies, but you still want to be splashing in people waterfalls without a swimsuit on. Just snip, snip. I mean, there are options. There are options. You just don't have to put yourself at risk. Sis risked her health, and now allegedly she done risked her life to secure a bag. And now, in the future, see what I did right there? There will be a child coming into this world whose daddy may or may not want anything to do with him. Just because he feels like... Ain't it funny how dudes will be like, oh yeah, you trapped me. I trapped you with your semen. Got it. That you gave to me. Got it. So with that being said, I don't know. I just hope that she's safe and sound, and yeah. So interesting. But it's funny how people say, like, you know, I'm coming to social media to let y'all know in case something happens to me, you'll know what happened. I appreciate you. Just make sure the proper authorities are known, you know, notified, and everybody knows. Okay. All right. So with that being said, you can read her full dissertation. And let me tell y'all something. It's so funny because I started reading and I was reading. And then after a while, like by the time I got to like the fourth or fifth paragraph, I started hearing birds chirping. I started thinking about what I was going to eat for dinner. And my ADHD kicked in. I just couldn't stay focused. So I just couldn't. I mean, I got the gist of what was going on, but I just couldn't stay focused. It was, you know, when someone tells you something and you know they should know better because common sense should have kicked in somewhere. It's hard to stay focused in it. So, but I shared it with y'all, so you can go dig into it and dissect it any kind of way, shape, or form that you would like. I went to my happy place in the middle of it. It is what it is. All right. So last but certainly not least. So as I was overlooking the Eliza situation in future, this one right here smacked me in my face. I literally received text messages and bat signals and scoop signals and ice cream signals and all kind of other signals on the planet from every which way. Listen, my best friend hit me up with the bat signal, and after that, it was curtains. So Dwight Howard was trending on Twitter last night, and I was like, oh, Dwight is trending. Work with me, mouth. Dwight is trending on social media. I wonder what happened. See, Miss Erica, I was skim reading too. Thank you. Because I see some people trying to get smart in the comments, but it's all good. Get you later. So I'm like, Dwight Howard is trending. So what happened? It must be something basketball related. Did he get suspended? Is he injured again? What's going on? Well, I go, and the first thing I did was Google, because, you know, I always try to do a tidbit of research. So I'm like, okay, let me Google and see what's going on with Dwight. And the first thing I saw was Dwight gets clowned for a gluteal injury. So I was like, a gluteal injury? Is that his ass? So I'm looking, so I'm like, gluteal injury? Okay. So Dwight got to sit out some games or sit out a game because he got a gluteal injury. But this, you know, sometimes when you look at stuff and then, like, you can look at something, but then you can really look at it. And, you know, I got 4 eyes for a reason, right? I've been 4-eyed for a very long time. So you look at something, but then you look at it, and then you put your third eye into the mix. So I'm like, the title said, lingering gluteal injury. Now, I don't know about y'all, but can we talk about lingering for a little bit? Lingering is, you know, something can hurt. Boom. My elbow. Damn. Funny bone, elbow, right? But lingering is 3-4 days later, this elbow still cutting up. Ooh, a week later. Ooh, girl. Ooh. Let me text my girl Monica, let her know my elbow's still acting up. That's lingering. So imagine having a for the slow people in the back. Gluteal means your booty. That's what it means. Gluteal means your booty. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right, gluteal. All right. His butt hurt. How did he hurt his butt? I know hamstring, glute. Maybe he fell. Because sometimes you fall on your tailbone. Is that considered a gluteal injury? So I was like, well, maybe he fell on his tailbone and hurt his tailbone or something or other. So I was like, oh, people dead wrong for clowning Dwight about that. Like, I fell on my butt. I hurt my tailbone before. In more ways than one, right? Okay, so anyway, I done hurt my tailbone before. You know what I'm saying? You were going a little hard in the paint. So I'm like, okay. But how he hurt his tailbone. But I couldn't find anywhere how he literally hurt his tailbone. So I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, he hurt his tailbone. Cool. All right. So white people clowning him. So I go to see some of the jokes. So then I went to Black Twitter. Some of you have experienced Black Twitter before. Some of y'all know what the experience of Black Twitter can be. And all of its glory, right? So I slid into Black Twitter last night. I was like, So I said, okay. Let me slide into Black Twitter. And then I saw people like, yeah, Dwight. So it was mainly gifs of people saying, when you find out. Why? Look, Gina said, can you hurry up? I love Gina. I love it. Okay, so look. So I'm like, okay, well, So people are like, when you find, like dudes mainly, like, damn, when you find out why Dwight Howard's trending. So I'm digging a little more and I'm digging a little more. And I slide down the rabbit hole and I fall into Black Twitter and find out what's going on. Well, there is a young lady by the name of Mason Elijah. When y'all start putting them accents on your names, I feel like I should put a little sauce on it, like Mason Elijah. Elijah. Masin? Is it Masin or Mason? No, see, Mason is S-O-N. Masin Elijah. Masin Elijah. I don't know, but I'm going to put some respect on her name, okay? Okay. So, this young lady is a transgender woman who took to social media on last night to share her, I'm going to say alleged because I don't need no problems, to share her alleged experience with Dwight Howard. And I'm going to let y'all, be in that for a second. To share her alleged experience with Dwight Howard. What experience, Zavi? Come on now. I know Gina probably like, girl, I'm so sick of you. So, according to Gina, she met Dwight when he was on Wildin' Out. And many of you may remember the episode when he was on Wildin' Out. She says that she met Dwight. I'm multitasking, y'all. Please excuse me for having lack of eye contact. It's just something I need to take care of really quick. So she met Dwight on Wildin' Out. And I guess there was an instant connection of sorts, maybe, perhaps. And she says that they connected. At some point, I guess phone numbers were exchanged and they began to talk, probably, through social media and so on and so forth. And then she's at one point says that she blew his mind. Now, I'm just going to let you go ahead and make your own assumptions about what she meant in reference to she blew his mind. But she said she blew his mind. So, okay. So she began by showing a social media exchange between the two of them where she asked Dwight if his family and friends or people close to him knew that he allegedly was dealing with transgenders and, having alternative relationships with people is what I'll say. And he wouldn't answer. He wouldn't give her a straight answer. He was just like, I'm not going to answer that, or there's nothing to answer, or it was really weird. It was very childish. His responses were very childish, which should have let her know from the gate what she was getting involved in. So with that being said, they commenced to allegedly have a relationship. She referred to him as her boyfriend. And she said that things were going swell until she found out that he was allegedly seeing another transgender woman who was allegedly a prostitute. And I guess her and her friends put together their Blues Clues. And after putting together their Blues Clues, they realized that she was not a prostitute, but she was a host of an alleged transgender sex party host. And that Dwight allegedly was participating in these transgender sex parties. And she was hurt. And she confronted Dwight. And her and Dwight apparently had a very, very nasty and ugly exchange. And it was at that point that they kind of severed whatever it was that they had going on. Because a lot of very nasty things were said back and forth to each other. So she says that happened, that occurred. And then a little while later, she started receiving phone calls, threatening phone calls and threatening text messages. She said some calls were even coming in from Russia. Like, sis, who know you in Russia? I said, them damn Russians done struck again. But she said she started receiving threatening text message and threatening phone calls. And then she used some app that like kind of trace back to who's calling you from, block numbers and all that other foolishness playing on your phone, and discovered that it was Dwight's pastor, some dude named Calvin, but it was Dwight's pastor who was making the threatening phone calls and the threatening text messages. Now, this dude apparently called her and they had a telephone conversation where the dude was telling her, you ain't never talked to Dwight and you ain't never dealt with Dwight. Now, there is nothing worse than somebody insulting your intelligence and telling you you didn't talk to somebody you know you talked to, and telling somebody you ain't dealt with somebody you felt like you know you dealt with. She said that would have been fine and dandy if the dude tried to tell her she wasn't talking to Dwight on the phone. But what Pastor Thug Life failed to realize was that my friends, my little cyber friend, Maxine Alage, said that her and Dwight done dealt with each other face to face. So all that you wasn't talking to Dwight on the phone, you wasn't really dealing with Dwight, this, that, and the third, that's irrelevant, according to my transgender friend, Maxine Alage. Okay? So Pastor Thug Life, she had audio of Pastor Thug Life on the phone talking real reckless to her. And she found pictures of him, posted pictures of him on her Twitter page, pictures of him and Dwight together on the Twitter page. And I'm just like, how does it get to this point? So let's just say that all of this is really transpiring. All of this is really taking place. So Dwight goes to Pastor Thug Life and was like, pastor. Because you just can't say pastor. If your pastor is ganging on people, he got to be pastor. Like Pastor Troy. So you be like, pastor. So let me tell you what had happened was. So I had met this chick, but I found out she wasn't really a chick. Or what? Like, how do you explain that to Pastor Thug Life? To the point where Pastor Thug Life was like, no worries, son. Let me put on the full armor of God and handle this for you. Okay, what's the phone number? Because see, what they failed to mention in all the holes was, how did Pastor put them paws get Maxine Alage's phone number in the first place to call her? Somebody missed that hole, but I'm going to plug it and get a gluteal flare up. How did Pastor Thug Life get Mason's phone number to call and threaten her? Questions that need answers. So, throughout her Twitter timeline, Maxine Alage, she posted clips of recorded telephone calls, alleged telephone calls between her and Dwight. She posted clips of alleged telephone calls between her and Pastor Thug Life. She posted DM, like the DM between her and Dwight that she recorded or saved. And I thought to myself, okay, so let me finish. So long story short, yeah, right. 30 hours later, right? Y'all know I'm a chatty patty, but 30 hours later, I have the nerve to say long story short. Basically, Mason Alage said that they have literally threatened her life. And she is most hurt by the fact that Dwight is chilling in the cut and letting it all go down. And he's not saying anything. He's not stepping in to stop it. He's not doing it. She said, what she thought, basically, I guess what she thought they had was special. And now this is where they are. So now let's rewind and start pulling this thing apart a little bit. First question that everyone has is, if Sis and Dwight were allegedly in a relationship, because she refers to him as her ex-boyfriend. I don't know why my nose is itching. But if they were allegedly in a relationship, as she says, why was she recording the phone calls? Why was she recording screenshots of their interactions? I 100% understand why she was recording Pastor Thug Life, getting brolic on the phone. I get that. I totally understand that. When when I'm in business transactions or I'm doing business with somebody and they start talking crazy, like they don't remember the terms of our contract or this, that, and the third. Oh, it's time to record you in case, we got to talk about this in somebody's courtroom a little later. So I get that. And also, if someone is threatening your life and someone is sending you text messages of a threatening nature, I encourage all of you to save, record, do whatever it is that you need to do. So when you slide on down to the police department and be on your run tell that, you got all the receipts that you need in order to build your case. But if someone is your boyfriend, I don't understand why you would be recording them. Well, here's where I'm going to say something that some of y'all might feel a way about. Let me just start by saying I love my LGBTQ friends. Shoot, sometimes I might be LGBTQ. I don't know. Anytime I see Halle Berry, I'll be feeling a little way. So, but with that being said, we have seen, and this is just based off of things that I have seen, right? We've seen more than once an occasion where a transgender person recorded or documented or kept a log of receipts on a person that they were dealing with romantically, secretively, on the low, on the up, on the side, from the back. But we've seen them retain receipts. And I always wondered why you would deal with someone where you felt it was necessary to retain receipts from the door. I want to read to you guys Massine's response as to why she recorded her telephone conversations with Dwight. She says, and I've updated the post on the website to include it. She said, because in my gut, I had a feeling that eventually he would do me the same way he did his other exes, and my main priority was me. You always gotta have your own back first. And look what happened. His pastor, Thug Life, is threatening my life, someone who is supposed to encourage and uplift. So here we go. I guess we can make this another teaching moment. Why would you deal with someone from the door if you knew from the door that this person was allegedly living a lie? In both of these cases that we talked about on this beautiful, blessed Sunday, and I really appreciate y'all even taking time out to sit and kick it with me during this live chat. But in both of these scenarios, they could have been nipped in the bud from the door. If you are a transgender person, if you are not a transgender person, if you are cisgender, or if you are heterosexual, or if you are bisexual or whatever, and you know that you are dealing with a person who isn't willing to live in their truth with you, my first question is, how far did you think this relationship was going to go, Massine Alage? How far did you think this relationship was going to go? I mean, listen, Dwight looked good. Dwight is handsome. He got them Superman shoulders and apparently a bad booty, but he's an attractive man. I could see why anyone who didn't know his history would want to deal with him or have the opportunity to date him and get to know him and so on and so forth. And he got money and he's in the NBA. So I get all of that. I understand all of that. I understand the initial attraction to him. I understand why you may have been maybe smitten at the fact that an NBA star wants to kick it with you. And it's not even dealing with the fact that you are transgender. Just as a woman, as a human being, when you are interested in somebody and they're interested in back, you be like, okay, hey, you put your little boobs up, make your butt scoot out, hold your stomach in a little bit, because your girdle be body shaper be giving up on you sometimes. But I mean, I get it. We all want to be desired. We all, we love that warm and fuzzy feeling that you get on the inside. When someone that you see or that you're interested in reciprocates that attention. Shoot, we human beings. And the money ain't hurting at all. Okay. So again, is this another situation of trying to secure a bag? We don't know. But with that being said, what did you think was going to come out of this? You're dealing with a dude who don't even want to be acknowledge his alleged alternative lifestyle publicly. So at no point were you going to be on red carpets at an NBA, at the ESPY Awards on the red carpet with him. And that even goes for women. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know what she thought was going to eventually come out of it. But here's the thing. And I talked to one of my friends this morning in media because we discussed this particular, because I wanted to get some feedback from him before I brought it to you all. And he was like, was this a setup from the door? Was this all a setup from the door? Was this all I'm a trying and see if he down, and then I'm gonna get the receipts on him, and then I'm gonna air him out later? I don't feel like that's the case. And the reason, and I may be very naive with this, I don't feel like that's the case with Messine Alage, because I gotta do like that with Messine Alage, because if her whole plan was just to out Dwight, she would have outed him as soon as she found out he was going to the alleged transgender orgy parties. She didn't out him until yesterday, until all these threatening messages and this, that, and the third started coming through. So that leads me to believe that this wasn't let me Bobby V him. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that Bobby V. I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't feel like she was trying to set him up. I think she really felt feelings for Dwight. I think she felt some type of way about Dwight. You never know what Dwight told her. Dwight may have told her in 2019, boom, I'm going to be free. And I'm going to let the world know. And I'm going to do me. You just never know what Dwight told her he was going to do. These dudes will tell you anything and everything. And it don't even matter what your sexual orientation is. They will tell you anything and everything. But I just feel like that maybe, I don't know. Now, the recorded phone calls and all that stuff, I really wasn't buying the whole I'm just protecting me. Because why would you deal with somebody that you knew you was going to ultimately have to protect yourself from in the end? So I'm not really buying that. But we live in a social media age. She may have been recording them phone calls to show them off to her friends. You guess, bitch, guess who I'm dealing with? Guess who I'm messing with? Who? Dwight? No, you ain't. This was our conversation on Thanksgiving night, right after I got done carving the turkey. So you just never know what people's motives are. But here we are. You got Messine Alage telling her story. She says that now she feels threatened. She feels like her life is in jeopardy. And she says she's contacted the authorities to let them know. Now you literally have her allegedly outing Dwight Howard as being on the down low and having, relationships with transgender women and attending transgender parties. And then you got past the thug life. I don't know who go to his church, who in his congregation. I can see him now. I'm fitting to pass this collection plate around. If y'all don't want me to come out here and lay hands on somebody, all I know is that money better be looking right. Bitch better have my money. Okay? Okay. Amen. I don't know. Pastor Thug Life done got in the mix. He out here threatening folks. Talking about he gonna put hands and lay hands on people. People dead man walking. So now this has turned into an entire mess. But the icing on the cake is the fact that Dwight got a gluteal injury. His ass is hurt. He is butt hurt. Literally, not figuratively. So the timing of this particular story, Messine Alage spilling her tea, her alleged tea, and the fact that Dwight didn't even play last night because he's dealing with a gluteal injury, and she mentioned that he's a 6'11" bottom, which y'all can judge me. I need to see tapes. Yes, I do. Yeah, that is very interesting to me. Dwight Howard's Mr. Superman. But now, to be fair, let me rewind and point out some inconsistencies in the story. Inconsistencies in the story because, okay, so back to my friend that I was talking to earlier. He was like, well, what was her motivation to deal with Dwight? Knowing that he was closeted, allegedly closeted, knowing that nothing would come out of the relationship. Well, as soon as she began talking, she called Dwight a legend. She was like, he's a legend. So that let me know, if not for nothing, he's good looking, he got money, he's in the NBA, he's tall, he's melanated, got a nice ass body, and she feels like he's a legend. Anybody else need her motivation? Anybody? So, I mean, but then later on, as she continues to tweet, and share her story, tweet. At the end, she goes, I guess she felt like she needed to defend herself because people were calling her motives into question. And she was like, fame, I don't have to do this. I've been fly. And she was like, and Dwight ain't no Kobe. He ain't no, she said he ain't no Kobe. He ain't no, what's my man name? Michael Jordan. He ain't no LeBron James. Well, sis, a few tweets back, you said he was a legend. So he done went from a legend to he ain't no MJ, Kobe, or LeBron after Pastor Thug Life done threatened you. So Messine Alage told us on Twitter that she went public with this particular situation because if something happens to her, she wants us to know what happened to her. And I think it's so unfortunate. Now, this part actually made me sad because transgender men and women are victims of a lot of hate crimes, a lot. And they have been killed, they have been assaulted, and they have been victimized a lot. So when she said, I'm coming publicly because if something happened to me, I want y'all to know what happened to me. And for some reason, I felt that in my heart. And I was like, and I had all the booty jokes for Dwight. And when I say the booty jokes, it's not coming from a place of homophobia. Because I said earlier on the page, I don't care about Dwight's sexuality. I don't care about nobody's sexuality. I got LGBT family members. I'm not tripping off of that. Because at the end of the day, who you choose to sleep with is a personal decision. That's your business. It's a personal decision. When it becomes a topic of discussion is when you start living a lie. And that's when people become more curious and want to dig into your business. But so my booty jokes about Dwight, listen, if my husband had a gluteal injury, I'm going to have booty jokes. That time, yeah, my booty hurt. He had booty jokes. Okay. So it's just funny that Dwight, being as big and strong as he is, got a hurt booty. Like he butt hurt for real. But anyway, so with that being said, I had all the booty jokes when I saw, the gluteal injury and all that. But then when I saw her say, if something happens to me, I want y'all to know what happened to me. And then it wasn't funny no more. And because I thought to myself, she may really, truly, honestly feel like her life is in danger. And I can't imagine what that feels like to have somebody threatening me and threatening my life. I just can't imagine what that would be like. And so I don't wish that on anybody. To live in fear has to be something absolutely terrible. To live in fear. And so I hope that Pastor Thug Life will back off. And she says she's alerted the authorities, and I hope that they're taking her claims seriously. Because anytime someone has been threatened, it needs to be taken seriously, point blank, period. It needs to be taken seriously. And so I hope they're taking her threat seriously, because we've seen in the past where police half-ass investigate certain crimes committed against a certain group of people because they don't take that certain group of people seriously. So with that being said, you know, it is what it is. I don't know I'm waiting to see what Dwight got to say. I guess once he gets up off his donut, he'll let us know what's going on. Or 9 times out of 10, he'll just ignore it. But let this be a lesson. Don't give your thoughts and feelings and your time to someone who can't fully reciprocate it to you. And if you want to go ahead and give somebody 15 minutes of your time and 10 minutes in your bottom, then do that. But have a clear understanding of what you are coming into from the door. Have a clear understanding of what you two are bringing to the table. Dwight could have been like, listen, we're going to do this here, and then I'm going back to the court. But I do have a gluteal injury that be acting up on me sometimes, so... And just be clear with people. Be honest. Set your limitations. Set your boundaries. Let people know exactly where you stand. And it will cut out a lot of foolishness and a lot of nonsense that will come along with it. Okay? So with that being said, you can see more on these stories and get more delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news by visiting icecreamconvos.com daily. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on YouTube. We're YouTube.com/Ice Cream Convos. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who participated in tonight's chat. Even the miserable hater-ass haters who sat in this chat for a full hour talking shit. That's when you know you're winning. I appreciate you and the engagement. I absolutely love my ICC friends, Shantae, Derek, Giselle, Joanna. I see Iman, Cook. I love all of my ICC friends. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for kicking it with me when I do these live chats. And I appreciate you just giving me your time on this Sunday, because I know that it was an impromptu chat. But man, so much to talk about. And I was like, I just can't type all of this. And if you have anything to do, or if you have some free time and you want to be totally and fully entertained, please, please, please dive into the comment sections on the posts of the stories that we talked about tonight. Woo, child, you will be totally and thoroughly entertained. And that's one of the things, one of the reasons why I love what I get to do. I get to give you entertainment news. I get to give you entertainment news, celebrity news. I get to tell you about movies and music, and I get to tell you about drama like this when it comes along once in a blue moon. So I enjoy it, and I love your feedback, and I love your personalities and your beautiful faces, because I see a lot of you often on the page, and I know my regulars, and I also know the trolls. You guys have been identified, but I welcome all of you, and I thank you guys so much. And so I'm going to get ready to go because I'm thirsty. But yes, don't forget YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page, visit our Amazon store, and follow us on Instagram, because sometimes I post things on Instagram that don't necessarily come over to Facebook, because Facebook, they too strict over here. They just be mad about everything. All right. So make sure you kick it with us, and you can follow me on Instagram as well. I'm Xaviera_Ice Cream Convos on Instagram. Okay. So I love you guys, and have a great night, and be blessed. And I guess sooner or later we'll get back to our Friday night chats. With the holiday season, it's a little crazy. Oh, and ICC. Oh, can y'all see? Hold on. Hold on. Let me slide back so you can get a good look at my sweatshirt. Look at that. this is my ice cream convo sweatshirt. Now, these are actual rhinestones. I don't know if you can see. Those are rhinestones. I can't even count how many rhinestones are in, but this is the Ice Cream Convos logo. And these are our sweatshirts. These are our limited edition sweatshirts that we are selling. And I'm only having, how many did I have? I'm only having 20 made. So if you are one of the 20 people to get one, you will be rocking a collector's item. So shout out to all of my ICC friends who have already ordered, because we sold out of our first shipment and we are now on our second shipment. So if you are interested in scooping one of these, because I think I only have, as of yesterday, I think I only have 3 left. Oh, I spit again. I need water. I only have 3 left. So visit icecreamconvos.com/shop. And I also have a hoodie too. So you'll see pictures. Both of them are there. And just pick which one you want. But hurry up, because after these 20 are gone, I'm not messing with y'all no more. Okay. So I did my first shipment. They sold out. And now I'm going to do 20 of them. Okay. So I love you guys. And thank you so much for the compliments on the hoodie. I really wish my lighting won't let you. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That chingo bling on them. Because my lighting sometimes won't really let you be able to see all the rhinestones. And then there's our logo. So, yep. Yes. So shout out to everyone who ordered theirs. Y'all gonna look so cute. Maybe I'll come to town and we can take a picture together and be like, and we can stick our booties out like Dwight. Okay. Bye, y'all.